What's good, Black Star Podcast? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Jared. Y'all, today we'll be looking at a video for we're gonna be looking at a video from Fox News. Apparently, hospital workers are blocking ICE from doing their arrest, and they're getting hit with federal charges. Apparently, what the fuck? Look at this.
In this hour, a Fox News exclusive. All right, Emily, thank you. Breaking this hour, a Fox News exclusive. A pair of medical workers who blocked ICE agents from arresting an illegal immigrant in California are now facing criminal charges. Hello and welcome, everyone. I'm Sandra Smith in New York, and that exclusive reporting from our own Bill Melugin, who we have the pleasure of joining us today. Bill, great to see you.
Hey, Sandra, great to see you as well. Happy Friday to you. I'm Bill Melugin here in Los Angeles. This is America Reports. This is reporting we just got within the last hour or so. The two suspects here now both facing federal obstruction charges, and law enforcement sources confirming to Fox News one of them was arrested earlier this morning.
Yeah, Chief Correspondent Jonathan Hunt, he's got the very latest for us live right now. Jonathan, what are we learning?
Good afternoon, Sandra. Well, this incident happened on July 8th in Ontario, about 30 miles east of Los Angeles. According to the criminal complaint, ICE officers were conducting, quote, roving immigration-related operations when they followed a truck that made a sharp turn into the parking lot of a surgery center. The officers then, quote, decided to conduct a consensual encounter with the three adult males who were inside the truck. Two of them ran. One, who according to the ICE affidavit was, quote, later identified as an illegal alien, ran into the surgery center, and that's where staff at the center got involved. Two of those staff, Jose de Jesus Ortega and Danielle Nadine de Villa, have now been charged for allegedly interfering and trying to block the ICE agents who followed the illegal immigrant into the surgery center. In the video, they can be seen and heard questioning the ICE agents' actions, what they are doing in the center, and why they are masked. The complaint says de Villa, quote, wedged herself under Officer One and the target alien. And it says, quote, Ortega, who was still standing to Officer One's left, appeared to grab Officer One's arm and then his vest. Both Ortega and de Villa shouted at the officer, telling him to, quote, get out and to, quote, let him go. Both were warned by the officer that they should not touch a federal agent. The illegal immigrant was eventually arrested and removed from the surgery center. Immigration activists said at the time the surgery staff did nothing wrong.
In no way are they intervening. They're simply exercising the right to privacy. They're exercising the right to know who is in their building. They're exercising the right to know who is in this building with a weapon, right? And I think it's important to note that that what they did is commendable, and it is brave.
The prosecutors obviously disagree with that. Ortega was arrested this morning. De Villa has not yet been found. Sandra?
Okay, Jonathan Hunt with the latest details on all that for us. Thank you. All right, Bill, obviously a lot more to learn here, but thank you to you for your exclusive reporting on all of that.
Yeah, and talking to federal sources, they are actively looking for de Villa right now. They went to her house this morning. She wasn't there, so they talked to her family, and she's considered a wanted fugitive right now. So we'll update when we hear more on that front. More to come. All right, Sandra, we're going to bring in Alex Villanueva. He's the former sheriff of Los Angeles County. He just announced he's running for LA sheriff again. Sheriff, great to see you.
Good to see you.
So you made it official. You want your old job back. A lot has changed since you first ran in 2018. You switched from Democrat to Republican. You initially campaigned on kicking ICE out of the jails. Now you want to work with ICE a little bit more. So I got two questions for you. What changed for you? And you know as well as I do, it's really hard to win in LA with an R next to your name. How are you going to do it?
Well, one, it's a nonpartisan office, Sheriff, so there won't be any letter next to anybody's name. And in 2018, when we did that in 2019, the border was secure under the Trump's first administration. With 4 years of Biden's open borders policy, that's been a game changer on the ground. When you have over 10 million unvetted people that flooded the country, now we have a serious, significant public safety threat that we have to do. So we're kind of competing different threats. And I think now that Bill Essayli, the AUSA here in LA, is now seeking warrants, criminal warrants, judicial warrants. That is exactly what we asked for 5 years ago. They're doing it today. So a big thumbs up to Bill Essayli for doing that, because that really makes the legal scenario very simple.
You know, I'm going to say this about this situation here. Do I agree that that all illegal migrants are inherently criminals? No, I do not think that. But the problem comes in where under Biden's 4 years, we had a situation to where there was literal people being let in through the southern border. They were literally being let in. Like, what I mean by let in, I mean by there was a literal film of a guy literally watching them come through a breach in the border wall and was allowed, and the Border Patrol agents was right there. They could not do anything about that. And it was I believe it was in Texas that they was doing that. So you had these people coming in illegally through the southern border through a breach, and no telling how many people came through any breach in the border wall. No telling how many people were coming in, but yet they were allowed in, and we're having a situation to where you have downtown LA being fucked up from migrants. You have people literally destroying property, destroying everything across the U.S. in different cities, all because of ICE executing these raids. Now, I'm going to say this: if you're a hospital employee and you see ICE agents come in, I would say question what they're doing, but I wouldn't block them. Like, what's going on? He's an illegal migrant. Oh, okay, shit, fuck it. Here you go. Sorry. Step the fuck out the way. But the problem is you have people that feel bold because they believe in their mind that this is a free country. Yes, it's a free country, but the problem is we have processes that have to be done to make sure that our national security is secure. When you just allow random ass people in without vetting them, you don't know if you're letting in foreign agents, spies. You don't know if you're letting any of those people. And then when you let those people in, that causes a problem. Because like the two women that were found to be spies, they got into Congress. They were foreign agents. We don't know who got in here. Espionage is the name of the game. That is the reason why I keep saying it. Espionage. But let's continue.
We've seen all sorts of interference with ICE here in Los Angeles, whether it's rocks being thrown at agents or, as we saw at that cannabis farm a couple weeks ago, someone actually shot a gun at agents. Now, earlier today, we get this video of these two California medical workers who are being charged federally now for interfering with ICE when they were trying to arrest a Honduran illegal immigrant who ran in their facility. This is one of the workers being arrested right now. Just give us your thoughts on the overall big picture of all the resistance we're seeing here in LA when it comes to ICE.
Well, it's misplaced. If people want to protest what ICE is doing, ICE has a legitimate job to do, and they enforce federal immigration law. All these sanctuary policies are basically a joke because, in essence, you can't nullify federal law with a local law. And that false narrative they've been pushing has deluded people to thinking that it's okay to oppose what ICE is doing. No, that becomes a separate crime when you're interfering with a federal, a state, a local law enforcement officer, and those need to be dealt with accordingly.
What's your position on ICE detainers? So if you're sheriff again, I know you're saying you'll comply with federal judicial warrants, but what about ICE detainers? In other words, say an illegal immigrant is arrested for assault with a deadly weapon and he goes into the LA County jail and ICE puts a detainer on him and says, hey, if he makes bail, we'd like you to hand him over to us or at least tell us when he's going to be released. California sanctuary state law says you can't work with ICE. So would you obey that or what would your policy be?
Well, we can actually with a detainer, as long as we have a judicial warrant that holds them in custody, once the judicial warrant expires, if they want to take them over at the point of expiration of the judicial warrant, that's fine. They can have them. In fact, we think that is the best thing. However, we can't detain them beyond their release date on an administrative detainer. We were actually sued and we lost a class action lawsuit on that very same issue. So the detainers work while the person has another reason why they're in custody here locally.
And the last question, got about 40 seconds left here. Another topic you care a lot about is homelessness in California. If we can pull up this data on the screen here, a recent HUD study showing that there are approximately 187,000 homeless people here in the state of California. Sheriff, when you were in office, there were obviously all sorts of issues, violent crimes, specifically on the LA Metro. It seemed like almost every day someone was getting stabbed or some horrible violent crime there. If you're sheriff again, what's your plan with that?
Well, one thing is we're going to start enforcing the law. We're going to hire 2,000 deputies in 2 years to get us back to full strength. And we're going to go out there and do the things we were doing before when we cleaned up the Venice at the beach. We had Brentwood in front of the VA Center, Plaza Olvera in downtown LA. We were successful working with local law enforcement, working with local government, be it the city of LA or small police or municipal cities, cleaning up their homeless encampments, getting people into the shelters. And actually, it kind of is a tough love. Okay, it's time to move on, get out. We have a shelter for you, but you cannot have a way of life of just occupying public spaces and declaring it as your own. And that's what has to change.
Okay. Former LA County Sheriff Alex Villanueva now seeking to be the new sheriff of LA County once again in 2026. Sheriff, always great to see you. Thanks for your time.
Hey, everyone.
And imagine the sheriff of LA County that was previously a Democrat saying that, you know what, maybe it's time to let this shit go and to stop being dumb. Imagine that. Now, I'm going to say this. As I stated before, I do not agree with them being with ICE agents. I do not agree with ICE agents being blocked from doing their job because they're hired to do a specific job to protect the country. That is a matter of national security, homeland security to be exact. Now, when you have people that are obstructing stuff like this, that's the situation. And like I said before, I do not agree that these people should be I do not disagree that these people should actually they should be arrested. They really should be arrested because you're obstructing a governmental procedure or operation. But that's on them. If they're mad because because of a situation like this, oh well. Sorry. Anyways, like, share, subscribe, channel, support the podcast, support.com. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. Bye, guys.